Busy guys, this is the exact layout I use to plan every single day in my notepad so I'm in control, so I know what I need to do, so that I can tackle the day by choice instead of just showing up and seeing what life has in store for me today. This is the key to making sure that I actually finish the day knowing what I've accomplished, instead of just being that busy, chaotic fool that does stuff for the sake of doing stuff. Because either way, I'll fill my day up. But whether I'm actually successful using my time is whether I do this or not. So I have refined this to the simplest approach so that you know exactly how you need to be tackling each day. So, first off, the day, the date. Super simple, just so you can flip back through and remember when you actually wrote this, or if there is anything that needs to be tackled again. The first and the most important thing, I believe, is the goals for the day. What is the actual outcome of today? What's the main focus? Is it work? Is it specific aspects of work? For me, could be client delivery, could be client sessions, could be back of house work, could be content. What's the actual goals for the day? Could be family time, could be chill day, whatever, personal growth day. Then the habits that you've got to do that day. For me, they are very, very similar. Usually 12k plus steps, 30 minutes cardio minimum, and then I'll do 10 pages, something of personal growth. I do those habits because I know that they make me feel better, and I know that when I'm engaging with everything else I've got to do, those habits will be my backbone for my energy. They will just allow me to perform better. So whatever those habits are, drinking water, getting 8 hours sleep, whatever, make sure they're written down. Then checklist. This list can usually end up going a wee bit further down, depending on what I've got to do. But I've always found that it's better to just write down the key aspects. Don't load this with a list of 20 things that you'll just never ever get done. So by the day's end, you look at it and you go, I've actually not done anything that I wanted to do. Because you usually start to write this when you're optimistic, when you're high energy in the morning, when you're feeling good. And there's going to be things that set you up for failure. There's going to be tasks that take longer than you thought. There's going to be things that get in the way. So not overloading your checklist is really important, and just writing down the most important things that need to be done. Then from there, I write down an hour to hour of the entire day in 2 columns. What I don't do with this is put in mediocre crap, right? I don't overly plan this. For example, I'll start off with morning routine, cardio or workout, and then I'll do a 3-hour work block. I'll give myself a wee bit of chill time and literally just write lunch, chill time, reading time. And then I'll give myself another work block. But what I'm not doing is writing down the specific tasks that need done during that time, because you are going to fall behind at some point. It just is inevitable. So by not setting yourself up for failure and just giving yourself structure to the day, you are far more likely to complete it. One of the first things that I do when I actually start writing this is plan my bedtime. Is know exactly when I'm going to have relaxed time throughout the day, but also when I'm calling it quits, when I'm done, so that I know exactly how much I've got to work, how many hours I've got before calling it. That is absolutely crucial for the framework of making this work. And I don't work all day, every day. I don't do 12 hours of work, because you can't keep up 12 hours of 100% effort. I time block. I have 2 to 3 meaty work blocks with segments of rest between, so that when I am actually working, I'm 100% turned on, locked in for that work, instead of doing everything at a mediocre rate because I'm so burnt out. And then underneath, one of the most important things, I leave myself perspective. Who do I need to be that day to accomplish the goals that I want to accomplish? And I've actually got my laptop here in front of me, and I've got typed out as a reminder every time I look at my laptop, who do I need to be to achieve my goals? Why does it matter? And who do I work with? The 3 most important things I need to remind myself on a daily basis. And I'll just rewrite that in, or I'll put a different perspective on it. Or if I'm feeling down, if I'm kind of tired, I've had a shit sleep, I'll change my perspective so that I can show up to the day no matter what is going on, so that I am taking action no matter how I feel. Always a shift in perspective is crucial. Whether you're feeling ready to attack a day, write that down. If you're feeling a wee bit behind, how can you manipulate yourself to show up the best you can possibly show up? And then the second page is just an empty page of notes. Just this page will just end up scrambles. Just different things, wee buzzwords, probably unreadable to the majority of people, but just notes from throughout the day. And I'll always just leave a wee bit at the end to plan my next day, to just give an overall view on what it is I want to accomplish tomorrow. 5 minutes maximum in the evening, just to kind of tie up loose ends that I maybe not followed through with or not been able to achieve. And it just gives me a wee bit of structure and framework for then writing this the next morning. So if you are busy, you don't need massive apps, you don't need massive calendars, you just need a simple approach that works for you. So try this out: goals, habits, checklist, time blocks, your perspective on the day, and then a space for notes throughout the day so you never leave anything forgotten, right? It is all about making sure that you are choosing who you want to be and showing up as that person, doing the things that move the needle the most, instead of just being a busy fool who is run by life, who others own your time, who is not doing any deep level of thinking or any deep level of action taking. You don't want to do that. You don't want to be passive. You don't want to waste time. Take control of your time. Get a notebook, a good pen, and start taking control of your shit. Because so many of these have changed my life. Just having a notebook and a good pen to being able to plan your day. I also journal in these, but that's another video. So peace out, rock it. Let me know how this goes.